Another incredible album, arguably in my top. It isn't, not arguably, it's in my top 5 albums, but arguably the best album of all time. It's not Mike's, I think.
Joint.
Let's
call it a joint.
Favourite and thing can get very mixed up. Fascination Street.
Fascination Street is bananas. I only re-listened to it again today, and it's got that beautiful Cure thing that they do where they rely on the bass.
It's a really bass-driven song, and it's so eerie. Yeah, the start of it is eerie and creepy.
And again, it's got different parts to it that all had this kind of build-up to them, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So this was him going, oh shit, we're too popular. Yeah. And the music's a little bit happy, and I don't feel happy, therefore...
Look at me.
I'm on loads of drugs. Yeah. I'm going to go into the studio and I'm going to go back to the pornography era of... Not pornography, like the album pornography for those that don't know.
He's not just wanking into a microphone. Yeah.
Even though that would sound good, though, probably.
Probably him.
I reckon it would.
Have a cool little rhythm to it.
Yeah. He was apparently a moody bastard, big prick for this whole album. But turns out he was saying that that's the vibe he wanted to create. The band were sort of falling apart at that stage. He was, actually miserable. Not fake
Robert
miserable. Smith's miserable,
but actual.
Yeah. So this comes along. It has the Smith. Robert keeps on the Smiths. Robert Smith. The Cure. We're kind of doing a lot of psychedelic kind of production, and this has a little bit of that. The more you listen to it, it has some psychedelic kind of feels to it.
There's a feel of
wishy-washy sound of the drums and stuff like that you'll hear in it. But I just obviously Disintegration is one of my favourite albums of all time. Fascinating. It's hard to pick a song from it, but this is the one that stands out. If I had to get someone to listen to a Cure song, I'd be like, listen to Fascination Street. That bass line just doesn't stop throughout the whole song. It's constant, and it's incredible. Your man Simon Gallup's got to be one of my favourite bassists next to John Taylor from Duran Duran. And Jesus Christ. It's just so... It's dark as The Cure. Not as dark as The Cure get, because it's still quite a poppy song. Yeah.
There's a drive to it in there. You can hear this kind of... I think I said it to you earlier. Again, because the way that bass line is working and holding everything together, the rest of the instruments get to not necessarily do what they want, but they get to deviate a little bit and fill in the blanks as opposed to just accompanying the bass.
Yeah, so there's 2 guitar lines going through the whole thing, because I know from when I used to play this song that the guitar lines are actually more interesting than you would imagine. Yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff going on in it as well. And the build, there's little build-ups in it that, I don't know. It's hard to not get fucking really lamenting when you're talking about these songs. It just brings back all the fucking memories of shit like that. No, it is. I don't know. It's a song I will always listen to because I'll always have that album on. Yeah. When I don't have that on, if I'm DJing, I'm probably going to play Fascination Street. When they played it live in Malahide Castle, it was unbelievable. Yeah. And it just, seeing it live after all these years again was
worth it.
Incredible.
Worth the hold.
So, if you're not a fan of The Cure, fuck off. What's your next one?
My next one is an absolute stomper. It's a Minnie Riperton. The song is called Le Fleur.
That's great. It's another song that rope-a-dope seem to think it's going to be something else.
Yeah.
The chorus comes in like, oh,
what's this?
Where the fuck did that come from?
It's outrageous. That's from, she lived from 1947 to 1979. And her history is outrageous. It's outrageous. Really? Yeah, it's real fucked up. She started off as like a backing singer. And she was a backing singer for like Etta James, Bo Diddley, Chuck Berry, Muddy Waters.
She's some range on her.
Yeah, she was known as the queen of the whistle register. Right?
Because she did the Loving You.
Yeah, that's her most famous song. Loving You was produced by Stevie Wonder, actually.
Really?
Yeah. She was known as the queen of the whistle register. And I think officially that's known as a 5-octave colorata or colorata soprano.
So she's just that where it sounds like it's breaking
It's just
glass.
sound like literally, it's your ears, one above that your ear won't hear it.
Dogs
just losing their fucking mind all over the planet.
Dogs hate Minnie Riperton.
Yeah. But from Chicago originally, that song is off our debut album. It's called Come Into My Garden. Wow. She had this weird band actually. This is fucked up. It's a cool little story. She had this band, and the band were called Rotary Connection. They were called, and Rotary Connection were Muddy Waters' backing band.
Right.
And when they weren't touring with Muddy Waters, they had fucking Minnie Riperton singing for them, and they had a new band called...
Oh, it wasn't like Minnie Riperton's backing band.
No, it was a band. And they were this
right.
weird, like, psychedelic rock band.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I need to go digging for it. But they were called Rotary Connection. It was Muddy Waters' band when they went on tour with Muddy Waters. They had another group with her called Rotary Connection.
Kind of like Funkadelic with Parliament.
Yeah, exactly.
They're off doing that thing.
But yeah, they were like this kind of psychedelic rock, soul, funk kind of thing. I have to go digging for them. They had one big song that the name of it kind of escapes me that you would probably know. It's been used in a lot of movies and stuff. But that Les Fleurs is just... It's been used... Like... I've heard that on, I think, chocolate ads.
Yeah.
Ice cream ads, like commercials for insurance. The most recent example of it was, it was on some horror movie I watched. The guy who wrote Get Out, his new movie.
Jordan Peele. Us.
Yeah, Us. Yeah, it's the outro to Us. It's used in that. That's the most recent time I've heard it on something kind of commercial. Like a movie or a TV show. Yeah. It's one of those songs that's been around forever. It sits in the shadow of the song Loving You.
Absolutely.
It's so much better than Loving You.
Infinitely superior.
It is. It's leagues ahead of it.
The reason I'm glad it's on this list is because it is a song that gives me those chills.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, you know what? When it starts, if the start of it, you can take or leave. But it needs to be like that for the...
Once the crashes come in...
The build-up is done to perfection.
Ridiculous.
The build-up is so perfect.
It's one of those songs that, like, if you play in a room full of people, which I often do, the minute it's over, generally that's my last song of the evening. And as a rule, the minute that's over, you can hear everybody They're just going around humming it and whistling it and singing it. It's just an absolute earworm.
And the second crescendo is a bit more intense than the first one, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. And the gas thing is, if you're listening to that, the start of it, you're thinking the production value of the start of it, about $5.
Yeah.
And then when that kicks in, like 10 grand. It instantly ramps up to 10 grand.
Because there's nothing in it. There's like this weird kind of glockenspiel.
Yeah, that kind of,
like a little bit of string.
Now she sounds incredible at that bit.
But she's so restrained at the start of it. Like she must have been killing her. When she knows that, like, I can make eagles fall out of the sky with my voice. So, like, how do I get this just nice and breathy and, like, what's that thing where fucking Lewis Capaldi talked to the microphone about showing them cacks? SMR. That's basically what she's doing. ASMR. Yeah, exactly. But, like, you can tell how, like, restrained she is at the start of that song. And if that's the first time you ever heard her singing, she's only once or twice she gets into that big peak, that big range. Yeah. But because it's not based around that range, the song is better for it. Like there are other songs where it's just, Jesus Christ, like in hyperspace listening to it.
It's just, I know what
you know, it's like a gimmick almost. Yeah. This isn't used as a gimmick. This is used for the beef of the song, you know?
I sometimes finish the ad set with that. If it's not that, it's Angel of the Morning by Juice Newton, which again has a similar sort of feel to it, with that big, just massive chorus. Yeah. Massive thumping.
Just huge. Monstrous. Anyway, that was Minnie Riperton. What's your next one?
A little song called Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana.
Smelly Teen Spirit.
I can already hear people skipping ahead in the podcast, to be perfectly honest with you. But
I'm actually dying to hear you talk about this one now.
It is one of the best. It's possibly the best rock song of all time. I think.
I'm nodding.
He's not in agreement.
I'm nodding on the podcast.
This is Kurt Cobain wanting to write a poppy song as if he was in the Pixies, who he massively loved the Pixies. He wanted to write a song in the style of the Pixies, so this is it. Now, we all know that the riff is Boston. More Than a Feeling by Boston, but sort of faster and more aggressive. And it doesn't. I don't think it naturally sounds like it's. If someone says it to you,
when it's pointed out to you,
it's pointed out to you. Yeah, obviously, yeah. But initially, I don't think you get that instant vibe off it. When this song came out first, it wasn't. It was the one that obviously launched Nirvana massively.
Yeah.
When it first came out, it had a few weeks where it was not doing much, and then the radios caught it, bang.
Yeah.
Everyone was into it. People that like pop music were into it. People that like jazz was into it. This is just a huge, massive song.
It was a phenomenon, yeah. It really was a phenomenon. I remember, like, I would have been one of those Nirvana kids, 100%. I had seen Bleach doing the rounds, but I didn't know anything about it. But it was...
I don't think it would have even registered with me at the time.
Like,
Bleach, maybe.
I think I'd heard fucking about a girl or something. Yeah. Somewhere somebody played me something off Bleach, but it never took to me because at that time there's a lot of bands like that.
Yeah, it's one of those ones you go back to and go, oh yeah, fucking Nora.
But yeah, Jesus Christ, when that album came out, when Nevermind came out, it was the end of everything. There was nothing was ever going to be the same again for music. No. Ever again. There are songs I prefer on that album other than this, but this song is perfect.
You see, I don't know if there is. I think now there is, but this is the way I think about this whole podcast. If imagine none of these songs were released and we found a CD with all these songs on it.
Yeah.
And you realise, oh shit, that's a Nirvana song. Yeah. That's their best song. You think at the time. Yeah. It's hard to know whether they've been washed and blow-dried and re-dyed in your mind this amount of time throughout the years.
This is the juggle between best and favourite. Again, it's if you go on to Nirvana Spotify, Cash Money, that's number 1, right? So it's definitely the most popular.
It is.
Right? There are songs that suit my particular musical taste better, even on that album. But I have to give it to you that Smells Like Teen Spirit is just... It's put together perfectly. It's recorded perfectly. There's not a single wasted moment in it.
Yeah, there's not.
Every single note and scream is iconic. Yeah. Like, there's a reason why you could go to your grandmother's funeral and play that song and everybody would still tap their foot. First of all,
even
because...
your grandmother.
Exactly. She just jump up, do a little dance. But it's like the way Metallica aren't metal anymore.
Right? I know what you mean. They become a stadium rock with metal, obviously, in there. And they are... Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like...
It transcended all...
Exactly. At the time, there was people putting their hands over their ears going, what's this fucking shite?
That's... Like, there was a huge part of that about this song. A lot of radio stations are going, I don't want to play because I don't know what you're saying. And I don't want to play something where I don't know what you're saying. Yeah. Some of it does sound unintelligible.
It is.
And just... You can't decipher what he's saying.
And
there was a lot of people... that even when the reviews were saying, listen, it sounds like a great song. I couldn't tell you because I don't know what he's saying. Yeah. Who fucking cares what he's saying? I think the lyrics are kind of, they're always a mishmash of whatever is in his notebook at the time.
Yeah.
And although they are, the lyrics are based on contradictions, actually, if you read them out. Yeah. And even though you might be able to not grasp exactly what the fuck he's talking about, the lyrics are all brilliant. And they fit together so perfectly. Just phonetically. Whatever way it's...
Words as sounds, like as an instrument. Yeah. Like a voice as an instrument, yeah.
Which loads of lead singers do that don't really...
Absolutely.
Now, I know he wrote poems and stuff like that. And this would have been in his, like I said, in his notebook. Yeah. But it just still comes together absolutely perfectly. Could I tell you what he's singing about? Really?
A lot of it, probably. But there's bits of it that I just lost, yeah.
A lot of it is the mood of...
100%.
And I don't think... Jesus, it's hard to pick another song that encompass the feeling of kids at that stage.
Yeah, 100%. That
Generation X.
That was the standard planted, of that movement that happened. We would have been of the age where when that was kicking in, and that video was on MTV and would show up on whatever television show you're watching. It was never turned off. And
I've been to countless metal gigs. I've been to black metal gigs. I've been to thrash metal gigs. The best mosh pits I've ever seen has been at some dance floor to that song.
Yeah.
Vicious. Yeah. Violent. Fucking... It's just so... It's pumped.
Yeah.
And even when people are listening to this, if they haven't listened to it in a while, they're going to go, yeah, this definitely... I think a lot of people think, no, it does have to be on this list. It has to be.
Yeah. It's one of those. Yeah. It's most certainly one of those songs.
Smells Like Teen Spirit. What's your next one?
Teen Spirit. Right. My next one is Quicksand by David Bowie.
It's a brilliant song. Very, very good.
What do you do? He has bigger songs.
Yeah.
Are they better? I don't think so. I think this sums everything up about Bowie.
This is your capsule of Bowie,
Yeah. There are songs that are more popular. There are songs that were bigger, more important, so on and so forth. Bowie's another one of those artists that kind of dipped his toes into a lot of different styles of music and genres. Yeah. I think this is Bowie at his most Bowie. And I think that lyrically it's spot on. It's about the occult, and it's interesting when you listen to it back, knowing what he was trying to get at. It's a lot of David Bowie's songs that weren't about being in fucking space were just nonsense. You'd only write songs that you could actually follow if it was about going to space.
Or like, if you were on the same drugs he was on.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm saying there's a lot of songs written on drugs where it makes perfect sense to them.
At the time.
They're filling in the blanks to the song that aren't actually happening.
Absolutely.